The biggest thing that I think people appreciate the most is the depth of the knowledge that Colorado REIA brings. I'm Will Twyford. I've been doing real estate. I was raised around it. I've been doing it since I was 11 years old, and it's kind of something that I've lived and breathed my entire life. We were always instilled very early on in life about being hard workers, and you always have to work for something to receive something. So that's a big part of our philosophy and how we do things and how we run our lives. So you never get anything for free. I grew up racing dirt bikes, and I had to work for everything that I would get. So he never bought me any of my race bikes. I always had to work for them and get the money. So I started working for $6 an hour, which was great money as a kid back in the early 2000s. So I've been working with them since as soon as I realized that money buys everything that you want in life to keep things rolling. They want it to be easy, they want it to be easier, and they give up. They give up earlier. And when you have a full-time job, it's that much more important that you're being successful and that you're being efficient with your time, because you only have an hour or two at night. I have 2 daughters. I get to see them 2 hours a night after work. So anything that I do in those 2 hours that's additional business, running 3 or 4 different companies, has to be direct and effective. We had a kid that attended our NLP boot camp back some years ago, and he literally was just willing to do anything that we told him to do. He learned the NLP good enough, and he worked through it exactly like we teach people to do this. And he made $200,000 his first year being underage. He literally couldn't even go sign contracts. He had to do all of his business over the phone and say, okay, well, I'm going to send my business partner over to sign the contracts. And his mom would go over to sign contracts. He paid off his mom's house. He paid for his college. He did all these great things, bought himself a brand new car, all this stuff because he listened to what we told him to do. We teach no matter whether you have no job, a job, or full-time, you have to be effective when you're out there to get the most of your time. That's where 90% of investors fizzle out, is by not having an effective enough production or an effective enough schedule. We want to see you succeed. It's important for us to see that. There's no greater feeling for us than watching you come walking in the door with a picture of a $95,000 check or a $100,000 check or a $35,000 check, because we know people that work all their life for 30, 40, 50, 60,000 bucks a year. Then all of a sudden in your first 2 or 3 months, you're sitting on that kind of money and you're just like, why didn't I do this earlier? So that's what Colorado REIA really brings to the table, is we aren't going to be selling you every month on something different. We're going to be leading you down the path that we know works for whatever you're looking to do. We're unorthodox, we dress bright, we aren't all there in suits all the time, we have a lot of fun, we have champagne, we really have an enjoyable meeting. We're really the true premier Red Carpet REIA, and there's nothing else out there like it. There's no one else out there doing this like how we're doing this, period.